Animals are often orphaned in the wild, usually resulting in the death of the young offspring. But our next story is about an exception to nature's rule. Last spring, 2 sets of orphaned black bears were turned into Fish and Game. Now this winter, the time has come to return these young animals into the wild, where they belong. For these little bear cubs, wildlife rehabilitator Sally Mom has become a sort of surrogate parent. She's been their provider and protector since the sibling pairs were found.
We're gonna take the cage inside and see if we can get the 2 friendlier ones to load.
The 2 friendlier ones are Grizz and Cheyenne, brother and sister. They were found, cruelly abandoned by someone in a garbage dumpster. What happened to their mother can only be left to grim speculation, but it was obvious they were too young to be weaned. So the little cubs were bottle-fed by Sally. As a result, they're a bit more comfortable with humans than the other pair of siblings who hang back shyly in the rear of the pen, anxiously watching the proceedings.
Can you lure him back, call him from there? There he goes, there he goes.
After a lot of coaxing and a bit of firm-handed encouragement, the 2 cubs were finally caged and carried to the truck for their journey back home.
There we go.
How about?
Okay, that'll hold him in.
The other set of siblings, Shoshone and Shenandoah, were a few weeks older when they were brought in. Since it wasn't necessary to nurse them, these cubs have retained more of their wild nature. The 2 bears are a hefty load. The big male, at about 80 pounds, outweighs his sister. But both cubs are almost 50 pounds heavier than they would be if they had been raised in the wild under normal conditions.
They want to come real bad.
Come on, Shoshone, it's okay.
It's been a busy summer and fall for this surrogate parent, and now the time has come to cut the apron strings. But even as the bears are about to be rehabilitated to the wild, the knowledge that these cubs were probably orphaned due to poaching still rankles with Sally.
I feel badly, but that's life, I think, so at least I'm here to help them.
While they waited for the mountains to be blanketed with snow, Fish and Game biologists scouted for abandoned dens in which to place the cubs. In anticipation of the move, the bears have been denied food. This helps to slow their metabolism, preparing them for their first winter's hibernation.
You know, they're really shy animals, and when you put them in a strange situation like this, they get frightened. That's as simple as that.
The snow helps assure the cubs stay in the den because any forage foods are buried beneath a layer of white. Wildlife biologist John Beecham prepares a drug that will immobilize and tranquilize the bears, hopefully rendering the whole experience a little less traumatic for the young animals.
This dosage for this size bear ought to put them down for an hour and a half to 2 hours, which will give us plenty of time to ear tag them, get them down to the den, get them situated, and then get the black, and then leave. So by the time they start waking up, 12:23, we should be long gone. Okay, got the little brown one.
In a few minutes, both bear cubs are out. John pulls the male from the cage and begins the process of ear tagging and measuring the bear. If in the future one of these cubs were to be captured in a research operation or harvested by a hunter, the ear tags will tell biologists how far the bear wandered from its den. It will also help scientists measure the success of the orphan cub rehabilitation program.
In fact, last summer we caught one that we'd released last year, a little female. In fact, we caught her probably less than a half a mile from the den we put her in.
Goodbye, Shenandoah.
Volunteers help carry the drowsy bears down the mountain to an abandoned den site. The first 2 siblings will be placed together in a small cave that biologist Jeff Rollman checked out a few days earlier.
Almost there.
If the cubs had not been orphaned, this first winter would be spent hibernating together with their mother in a similar den site that she had chosen.
We got one in here.
An adult female has claimed the den as her own. John tries to see if she's marked with ear tags.
Now, take it easy.
Perhaps she's a bear that was placed in the same den some years ago as an orphan cub herself.
I don't see any ear tags. She got her head out that time.
The bear is clearly not going to cooperate with John.
Yeah.
Her identity will remain a secret. But as for this year's orphan cubs, a new den site needs to be located, and fairly quickly, before the biologists begin to lose daylight. After a short trip down the road, the two sleeping cubs are once again unloaded from the truck and dragged through the snow. Fortunately, the second den site remains empty. The little female is the first to go in. It's not a very glamorous job, and not one for a person with the least bit of claustrophobia. As a matter of fact, during the process, John gets stuck and has to be hauled out by the feet.
Okay, one down. I got too much dirt in my eyes.
The male is next, following his sister into the den. When John feels the bears are comfortably situated, he's once again unceremoniously hauled from the cave. The biologists leave the entrance blocked with pine boughs so that when the bears wake up, they'll feel secure. If all goes well, the young cubs will sleep away the winter months, sheltered in their cozy den beneath the snow.